captains also are very much a PR move too by the team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, like, we heard that Bob Knight story. Dan Dawkins told us that to cut the kid that he choked.
Yeah.
He didn't quit. He told the kid basically that a team vote happened that didn't happen, and told him that the team voted him off the tribe, basically off the island. It was a fake team vote.
Made the whole thing
Survivor.
But teams do fake team. Coaches do fake team votes all the time. They can have, all right, fill out your answer, fold your answer, and we'll put it in here and we'll count them up. And then somebody comes back and they say somebody, and everybody's like, who? Who is voting for that? It just, everything is a show. You got to remember, everything's a fucking show. The captain's coin toss, right? That's the people being associated directly with the team. So that's who the team would like to be the leaders, right?
Yeah.
So that is not like the actual captains in most cases. That's not true because Peyton was a captain. He was the leader of that fucking team.
Yeah.
But in a lot of situations I've seen, the leaders of the teams were a lot of the guys that were not. Eric Walden was probably the biggest leader of our entire team, and I don't think he was captain until like the last year. Whatever Eric Walden said happened. Like when Eric Walden wanted something to happen, it's happening. It's just he had the. But he wasn't. I mean, he was. He headbutted a ref. He also did some other, and he would have never got voted.
Could a coach secretly ask for one? Ask like the players to do it, like the head, like the OGs, like.
He has that. The coach can do whatever.
What are you talking about? To have a players only meeting?
Yeah. So
yeah.
So like kind of like plants it, kind of.
I assume that happens. I assume that. I mean, if it's not the players, it might be an assistant. It's you got to remember OGs. In the league, guys that have been in the league like 14, 15 years, they've been around football for fucking 30 years as well. You know, like these guys know football just as much as coaches, just as much as GMs. Everybody knows what's going on in most cases.
In that aspect, then, how much when you know the college guys who get to the pros after a couple of years, how much are you learning from those coaches?
I think every coach can teach you things. I think good coaches can teach you stuff. But when I was there in my rookie year, that was when I was playing quarterback for the 7-on-7 and shit. When I was throwing for the defense, I would do drills with the linebackers. So I was like, I would act as a running back, and I would go right, and they would have to tell their fits, right? The pre-practice running back or linebacker stuff here, the fits, the tackles. I'd be chopping at, like diving at. I'd be on a pad and like diving at Gary Brackett's knees, and he would have to like eliminate the chop block. Gary Brackett was the coach of that group. There was a guy there who was a great man. He would probably tell them strategy and scheme, but when it came to like shit,
technique and stuff like that,
Gary Brackett was the guy running that entire room. And I think it was the same with like Dallas Clark in the tight end group. It just all depends on who it is. Peyton Manning was the general manager of the fucking team. I mean, Bill Polian brought in people, I guess. But if Peyton wanted you cut, you were cut. If he wanted to restart practice, he's restarting practice. If he wants to go longer, we're going longer. He wants to run, we go run. If he wants to have a curfew, you're getting a fucking curfew. That was the way it was with him. But also, there's some gifted coaches out there too that you'd be silly not to learn from.
Absolutely.
So it's also, hey, situations
Situation.
are situations.
Corey Redding.
Yeah.
Did he fit that or no?
Corey Redding came in. He was a real leader. He's the one who brought the cornhole boards to the Colts locker room.
Ooh, big move.
Yeah, it was a good move. What
Big
happened?
for your life.
What's that?
Big for your life.
Big for my life. I had never played cornhole before Corey Redding got to the locker room. He was a good leader for the transition period because he knew Chuck. He knew the group, so he could tell the locker room, like, hey, this is how it normally is. I think he was at the point, though, where his field play wasn't as great, so you can't have – it's tough to remain a vocal person
If you're not delivering.
exactly.
performing.
So I think he was a guy that everybody respected and liked, but he wasn't performing as great. I don't think. Granted, I'm not the judge of that, but it's just if I was to listen to things that were being said, it was like they respected him. So he was like like an assistant almost, like a coach more so than a player. If that makes sense. So there's like players in the locker room, and then there's like the OGs that get like Corey Redding was brought in strictly for the locker room. Chuck Pagano came from Baltimore, brought him strictly for the locker room. Hey, you be the bridge between me and the locker room, basically. So anything that happened, we knew Corey was going to Chuck. Anything that Chuck wanted to say, we knew was coming through Corey. Corey served a very vital role, but I don't think he was like in the. I mean, he might have been. I'm not sure, but
OG though, right?
He's OG. He's OG. Yeah, those guys are on a different level. Those dudes, whenever they. Like, there was one meeting where I saw Adam Vinatieri spoke. Reggie Wayne spoke. It might have been Corey Redding. No, Robert Mathis. I was just looking at these Hall of Famers just talking. And I'm looking around the room. I'm like, man, this team is terrible, bro. You guys know this, man. Like, what are we fucking saying? Like, this is a bad football team. We got 100 hurt guys. But they were doing it because probably assumed Chuck
Yeah.
told them.
Asked them to.
Yeah, they're like an assistant almost. You know what I mean? Like but sometimes they aren't treated that way too, and that gets interesting too. Things start going bad. Their their opinions don't matter anymore. That's also not good. That's not good for the locker room.
When that bridge is broken, like you're saying, the coaches and those top tier guys start feuding. Is that when the locker room is lost?
It is. It is a tough situation.
Has it ever happened with like Reggie Wayne and Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning, when Peyton was there was no OGs. It was Peyton. There was no meeting of the.
So if Peyton wanted, he could have kicked off Reggie whenever he wanted. Like
if Peyton did not want Reggie Wayne on the team, Peyton could have got rid of Reggie Wayne.
Wow.
Yeah, he wouldn't have.
I know exactly.
He wouldn't have never, because Reggie all he did was work his ass off and do it. But if Peyton wanted anybody off the team, if Peyton wanted the coach gone, he could have. If Peyton wanted Tony Dungy gone, Peyton could have got Tony Dungy gone. I bet that. I don't know if that's an accurate assessment.
Well, he was by far the most important person in the locker room.
There would be a real.
It's a conversation.
I don't think he would ever want that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think if Peyton Manning, for some reason, got all pissed off and wanted to do that, I think in the Indianapolis Colts organization, he could have done anything he wanted.
What does he do? Just go to the office of Jim Irsay?
Yeah. Just walk right the fuck in.
I don't know why you're surprised by
Just
this.
open the door. He would just open the door, and Jim would be, brother.
And by the way, there's only 2 people in the building, 3 people that could do that. Peyton being one of them, and the daughters.
That's 100% true.
That's
that
it.
Is 100% true. That is it. And brother, and he'd be like, "Sit down, Jim." What? Is everything okay? No, Jim. Fuck. Fucking Irsay would be so upset. But yeah, I think Peyton could have done that. But whenever the OGs, right? So when the OGs. This is a very vital part of the team, too, especially a team that's struggling. If everything's going good, OGs don't have a real job because it's like everything's going good. Everything's going good. But whenever there's a little bit of trouble, that's like it's vital to have a good locker room. Everybody talks about it. It's vital to have a good locker room. But then once the coach and the locker room lose each other, that means when they say they lost the locker room, that means they lost the OGs because the OGs are the voice from the locker room to the coaches. So like if you need something done, you go to like to Vinny, like, hey, Vinny, how about a lot of guys are being pissed off about blah, blah, blah. Vinny runs it up there. I did become that guy with Chuck Pagano, which was pretty cool. I became that, but I don't think I was a good person for that role. I don't think I was a good person for that.
Why is that? Because you're too honest?
Too honest, yeah. I didn't have the filter of like, okay, let's not say everything that's going wrong. Let's just pick and choose it so we can make a little bit of progress as opposed to just be,
voice of reason.
Is that why Vinny always asked you to do his dirty work?
Exactly. So I became the guy, though. Like, I became the person that people would say to go do things.
Yeah.
It was very interesting whenever that happens, when you become that guy. A lot of pressure, by the way. You got your teammates, like, because if no change happens, right, your teammates are like, well.
Wouldn't you want your OG to be like that, though?
Well, yeah, I thought so. I very much thought so. The people that I'm talking to, not so much. You know? If the special teams coach is just running these people into the grave in practice, like, hey, man, people are wondering if we can cut down on the full fucking field reps. And Tom McMahon goes, well, we need them, Pat. I'm like, well, you're going to lose a lot of guys. I think if we keep doing these 100-yard sprints, I think it's going to be something. If there's no drawback on those in the next practice, like I look like a punk almost because I am the voice of the people, right? And Tom McMahon knows that too, though. So Tom McMahon, like, I don't want to say empowers me, but he does. He even says, like,
Sure.
Pat's told me that we maybe ease up on things. He like helps me out with that. That's how the relationship builds. And that is really the locker room. When they said Matt Patricia, Foxy isn't here, he's coming back tomorrow, lost the locker room, that's probably what they meant. Like he lost the older guys on the team.
Yeah, makes sense.
They were not.
Like it happened in Cleveland like day one, pretty much.
Yeah, but Pat, he
This
practiced
year?
some in 24-degree weather, though, too. I mean, that's a quick way to lose it, right? Back-to-back. I mean, back-to-back Wednesdays, outside practice. When
Who,
an indoor,
Patricia?
Yeah, when there's an indoor game waiting on Sunday.
Yeah, but you never know like how the team is built. Like some locker rooms, right? Vinatieri said back in the day they used to practice outside every fucking day. It's like some locker rooms that's their thing, but some locker rooms you might have a lot of Florida boys who are in there like, hey man, why are we? There's a fucking indoor right there. We're playing indoor this week, but it's all about the locker. That's why I think like each locker room is its own thing. Some shit fly in some places where it doesn't fly in other places.